Search iTunes for SOVCAST. Subscribe, give a rating and a review, and keep an eye out for Super Gorilla. Now it's time for Hard Thrusting News. Why do I call it Hard Thrusting News? Because it's hard to find a news story where someone isn't getting fucked.
You get up and howl about America and democracy.
Well, a very, very heavy debatation.
It's hard to talk when you're teabagging.
Fucking Bill O'Reilly sucks.
Tonight's forecast, dark. Continued dark tonight, turning to partly light in the morning.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourselves.
Hey, what's happening, man?
And our first story, this is what happens when the rich get tax cuts and the cops get drafted as tax collectors. So by now you probably heard of Sandra Bland, a 20-year-old Chicago area civil rights activist that had driven to Texas to take a job at her alma mater when Texas State Trooper Brian T. Encinia came up behind Bland going many times faster than the speed limit, judging by the speed of everyone else on the road. I went on to several police forums and found that the consensus was, if an officer is coming up on you fast or is tailgating you, you should really get out of the way so they can get to their call. Slightly startled by the speed at which Trooper Encinia came up behind her, Bland got into the next lane so Trooper Encinia could pass. However, in her haste, she committed the grievous error of not using her turn signal. Now, I hate when people don't use turn signals, but in her defense, there were no other cars visible on her side of the road. Considering her courtesy of moving out of the way of Trooper Encinia, even though he wasn't running his sirens or lights, and with the fact that she didn't imperil anyone, maybe he should have just rolled on by. Unless it was some kind of fishing expedition, because the video starts with him giving someone else a warning, and within 60 seconds of Trooper Encinia continuing his patrol, I counted it out, he has already stopped Sandy Bland. Since it's near a college, I can take a fairly reasonable guess that Trooper Encinia was looking to find contraband instead of handing out tickets. Now, you've probably seen the video or heard the audio of the incident that was released by the police. This was highly edited to make Trooper Encinia look better. Because the editing in the video was so obvious, they were forced to release the unedited version. The whole video is over 50 minutes long, so I've cut out any time Bland and Encinia were not in direct interaction.
Hello, ma'am. With the Texas Highway Patrol, the reason for your stop is you failed to signal your lane change. Got your driver's license and insurance with you? How long you been in Texas?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license? No, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Where are you headed to now? Okay. You give me a few minutes, all right?
At this point, Trooper Encinia returns to his car for about 5 minutes and will pick up the audio as he returns to Bland's car.
You okay?
I'm waiting on you. This is your job. I'm waiting on you. What do you want me to
Oh,
do?
you seem very irritated.
I am. I really am. Because I feel like it's crap is what I'm getting the ticket for. I was getting out of your way. You were speeding up, tailing me. So I move over and you stopped me. So yeah, I am a little irritated, but that doesn't stop you from giving me a ticket. So let's continue.
Are you done?
You asked me what was wrong and I told you.
Okay.
So now I'm done, yeah.
Okay. You mind putting out your cigarette, please? If you don't mind.
I'm in my car. Why do I have to put out my cigarette?
Well, you can step on out now.
I don't have to step out of my car.
Step out of the car.
Well, he did order her to put out the cigarette.
You mind putting out your cigarette, please? If you don't mind.
You mind putting out your cigarette, please? If you don't mind. You mind putting out your cigarette, please? If you don't mind.
Please.
Please.
Okay, well, that changes things a bit.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
You do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove you.
I refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Step out or I will remove you.
I am getting removed for a failure.
Step out or I will remove you. I'm giving you a lawful order. Get out of the car now or I'm going to remove you.
And I'm calling my lawyer.
I'm going to yank you out of here.
Okay, you're going to yank me out of my car?
Get out.
Okay. All right.
25.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we're going to.
Yeah. Don't touch me.
Get out of the car.
Don't touch me. I'm not under arrest. You don't have the right to touch me.
You are under arrest.
I'm under arrest for what?
While doing some research, I found out she is guilty of something. Contempt of cop. Contempt of cop is law enforcement jargon in the United States for behavior by people towards law enforcement that the officers perceive as disrespectful or insufficiently deferential to their authority.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
It is a play on the phrase contempt of court. It's not an actual crime. The phrase is associated with arbitrary arrests and detention and is often discussed in connection with police misconduct, such as use of excessive force or even police brutality as a reaction to perceived disrespectful behavior rather than for any legitimate law enforcement purpose. Arrests for contempt of cop may stem from a type of occupational arrogance when a police officer thinks he or she should not be challenged or questioned. From such officers' perspective, contempt of cop may involve perceived or actual challenges to their authority.
Maybe this would teach you to listen to authority.
Challenges including a lack of deference.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Such as disobeying instructions or expressing interest in filing a complaint against the officer. Fleeing from the police is sometimes considered a variant of contempt of cop. Contempt of cop situations may be exacerbated if other officers witness the alleged contemptuous behavior. I thought that would be the other way around, but I guess it makes sense, because bullies don't like to see other people have a person they're bullying stand up to them. I do remember that from elementary school. Charges such as disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer may be cited as official reasons in a contempt of cop arrest. Obstructing a police officer or failure to obey a police officer is also cited in arrests in some jurisdictions, particularly as a standalone charge without any other charges brought. At the end of this next clip, Trooper Encinia pulls out his taser.
2547 County FM 1098, just north of 290, send me another unit. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
Why am I being apprehended? You trying to give me a ticket?
I said get out of the car.
Why am I being apprehended?
I'm giving you a lawful order. I'm going to drag you out of here.
So you threatening to drag me out of my own car?
Get out of the car.
And then you
I will light you up. Get out.
Wow.
Now.
Damn shit, respect my fucking authority.
Wow.
Get out of the car.
Really, for a failure to signal. You're doing all of this for
Get over there.
Right, yeah. Yeah, let's take this to court. Let's do
Go ahead.
For a failure to signal. Yep, for a failure to signal.
Get off the phone.
On my school.
Get off the phone.
I'm not on the phone. I have a right to record.
Put your phone down.
My property.
Put your phone down.
Sir?
Put your phone down. Right now. Put your phone down.
It's funny how the same types of people who are always quoting the line, "If you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear," really don't like being filmed when it's their turn.
For a fucking failure to signal, my goodness.
Come over here.
Y'all are interested.
Come over here now.
You feeling good about yourself?
Stand right here.
You feeling good about yourself?
Stand right there.
For a failure to signal, you feel real good about yourself, don't you?
Turn around.
You feel good about yourself,
Turn
don't you?
around now.
What are you?
Put your hands behind your back and turn around. Turn around.
Why can't you tell me?
I'm giving you a lawful order. I will tell you.
Why am I being arrested?
Turn around.
Why won't you tell me that part?
I'm giving you a lawful order. Turn around.
Why will you not tell me
what's going on? You are not complying.
I'm not complying because you just pulled me out of my car.
Turn around.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is some bullshit.
Put your hands behind your back.
Because you know this is straight bullshit and you full of shit. Full of straight shit. That's all y'all is, some scary fucking cops. South Carolina got y'all bitch asses scared. That's all it is. Fucking scared of a female.
If you would just listen.
I was trying to sign the fucking ticket. Whatever.
Stop moving.
Are you fucking serious?
Stop moving.
Oh, I can't wait till we go to court. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait till we go to court. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. You want me to sit down now?
No.
Or you gonna throw me to the floor? That'll make you feel better about yourself?
Knock it off.
No, that'll make you feel better about yourself? That'll make you feel real good, won't it? Pussy ass. Fucking pussy. For a failure to signal, you doing all of this. And little ass Prairie View, Texas. My God, they must have.
You were getting a warning. Until now, you're going to jail.
No, I'm getting for what?
You can come read.
What?
Come read right.
I'm getting a warning for what?
Stay right here.
For what? Well, you
Stay
just
right
pointed
here.
me over there.
I said stay right
Get
here.
your fucking mind right. Let me. Oh, I swear on my life, y'all some pussies. A pussy ass cop for a fucking signal. You gonna take me to jail?
She's in handcuffs.
What a pussy. What a pussy.
816.
What a pussy. You about to break my fucking wrist.
Stop moving.
I'm standing still. You
Stand
keep
right
moving
here.
me. God damn it.
Stand right there.
Don't touch me. Fucking pussy for a traffic ticket. You doing all this bullshit? I'm here for a traffic ticket.
Come read right over here. This right here says a warning. You started creating the problem.
You asked me what was wrong.
Do you have
I'm trying to
anything
tell
on
you.
your person that's
do
illegal?
it feel like I got anything on me? This
I'm
a
gonna
fucking
remove
maxi
your,
dress.
I'm gonna remove your glasses.
This a maxi dress.
Come on over here.
Have on me. Fucking asshole. You're about to break my wrist. Can you stop? You are about to fucking break my wrist. Stop moving.
I've made this point before, but I'll say it again. It's very common that when you hurt someone, that they tend to move more, not less. At this point, a female trooper arrives to help Trooper Encinia with this hardened criminal mastermind. Woman who knows her rights. How dare she?
Stop! Now! Stop it!
Stop resisting, man.
If you would stop, and I would tell you.
You are fucking traffic
now
signal.
Stop!
You are such a pussy. You are such a pussy.
No, you are. You're yanking around.
Full traffic signal.
You are yanking around. When you pull away from me, you're resisting arrest.
This makes you feel real good, don't it? A female for a traffic signal.
I got it.
For a traffic signal. I know that makes you feel good, Officer Encinia.
Take care of yourself.
I know it makes you feel real good. You're a real man now. You just slam me, knock my head in the ground. I got epilepsy, you motherfucker.
Good.
I hope
Good.
You should have thought about that before you start resisting.
All right. Yeah, this is real good.
Good? You slammed a woman's head with epilepsy into the ground, and your response is good?
Oh, good for you.
Sounds like some kid who got his fifis hurt.
Real good for a female, yeah. Y'all strong, ooh.
Go ahead.
Y'all real strong.
I want you to
Y'all
wait
real
right here.
strong.
Wait right here.
I can't go nowhere with your fucking knee on my back, God.
I'm gonna open your door.
Okay.
You need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave.
Now Trooper Encinia is yelling at a bystander who is filming the arrest on his phone. I say again, it's funny how the same types of people who are always quoting the line, if you got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear, really don't like being filmed when it's their turn. It reminds me of how Senator Dianne Feinstein loved the idea of spying on all of us, but went apeshit when she found out that it had happened to her. So in the end, Sandra Bland was arrested on July 10th for failure to signal, but mainly for...
You should have respected my authority.
If only that was the end, but sadly it wasn't, because Bland was taken to Waller County Jail, where her body was found in her cell on the morning of July 13th. Bland's death is being investigated as a homicide, but a preliminary autopsy classified her death as a suicide. However, an independent secondary autopsy is now currently underway, and I am waiting for that autopsy to be complete before I go into anything more. But in the meantime, let the baseless conjecture and character assassinations begin. Authorities claim that Sandy Bland had eaten or smoked a large amount of pot while in her jail cell. Point 1. How did she smuggle a large amount of marijuana into jail? I have a hard time believing she had it keistered just in case she got pulled over for a minor traffic infraction. Point 2. If she did get her hands on some pot, well, who fucking cares? It's one of their classic go-tos to be like, well, she smoked some pot, so I guess whatever happened to her, she had it coming. Just because someone has done something that the authorities see as wrong doesn't mean the authorities' actions can just be swept under the rug like que sera sera. Not to mention, if you take a closer look at the autopsy report, you'll see that all it stated was she had marijuana in her system. I don't know if you know, but marijuana can stay in your system for 40 days. So they just leaped to the conclusion that she smoked it in jail, basically. And then we come to that repository, or perhaps suppository, of shit-flavored news, Fox News. In an interview about the arrest between Fox and Friends host Elizabeth Hasselbeck and NYPD officer John Rafferty, in which Rafferty was by and large condemning Officer Brian Encinia for mishandling the situation, Hasselbeck zeroed in on the question we've all been asking ourselves since the death of Sandra Bland while in police custody. Wasn't the officer justified in removing her from her car because, well, just have a listen.
It's tense to watch. Where would you say he went over the line, if at all?
It appears, obviously, he took this too personal. When she didn't put out the cigarette, now all of a sudden you're taking her out of the car. These cameras that the officers are wearing, you live and die by what you say with this. You know?
An ill-chosen statement considering how many unarmed people the cops have killed lately.
these cameras that the officers are wearing, you live and die by what you say with this. You know, it appears, looking at this, because she didn't put out the cigarette, next thing he knows, he's asking the person to step out of the vehicle. You can't take it personal. It's a job.
But what if, I mean, there are times, I'm sure, someone has, in the history of this land, used a cigarette against a police officer, maybe chucked it at him, pushed it at him.
Absolutely.
Well, with that logic, anybody with fists should be seen as suspect. I mean, but what if there are times someone in the history of this land used a fist against a police officer? Maybe chucked it at him or pushed it at him. Come on, people. It's a cigarette, not a gun. I've been burned with a cigarette. It hurts. And then it doesn't. It's not life and death, or at least it shouldn't be. Suck it up and stop making excuses.
But what if, I mean, there are times, I'm sure, someone has, in the history of this land, used a cigarette against a police officer, maybe chucked it at him, pushed it at him.
Absolutely.
If he indeed felt as though that could be a potential threat, was that the wise thing to do on his part?
I think because you know, and you have to know you're being recorded, you have to say, listen, I need you to step out to sign this warning. I wouldn't want somebody stepping out with a cigarette. I mean, I've had a cigarette try to be, you know, I've had somebody try to put a cigarette out on me. It happens. I guarantee you speak to many cops out there, but the way you say it, unfortunately, you're locked into it because now it's being recorded. Unfortunately, these officers have to remember that.
This guy makes it sound like it's unfortunate that more and more police are being recorded and therefore can't just fuck with and victimize people anymore, even if they are bored or get their feelings hurt. History will record body cameras and police officers being accountable for their actions as one of the best things to ever happen in our criminal justice system. And this clown says it's unfortunate. I guess I shouldn't expect anything better from Fox News. The same Fox News that praised Cliven Bundy for aiming rifles at federal agents, but thinks a person should be arrested for not putting a cigarette out when she's asked, not ordered to. In closing, I'd just like to make the point that no matter what the secondary autopsy uncovers, whether she was killed or simply killed herself, Sandy Bland should still be alive. She should have never been ordered to step out of her car. She should have never been arrested and therefore should have never been in the jail cell where she died. We need to start holding police officers to the highest standards of practice instead of the practice of playground justice.
Arms for a leper. Arms for a leper. Arms for an ex-leper.
Arms for a podcaster. If you like this show, please go to SOVCAST.tumblr.com. That's SOVCAST.tumblr.com and look for the donate button. It's right there at the top. I'll just wait here while you go do that, okay? Hello?